Hey guys, what's going on? It's Train Volk here, and I know it's been a long time. I just had some stuff going on in life. I'm kind of tired. Um, and probably the big thing was Metaphor ReFantasio came out, and I have been basically living nothing but that game for the last 2 weeks, maybe. Um, Probably could be game of the year for me, to be honest. And that's crazy considering I'm a JRPG nerd and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Trails Through Daybreak and a bunch of other games came out this year. So yeah, that's part of it. I'm too busy in the metaphor vortex coming up on a first playthrough. It's gonna clock in at like 100 hours. But I have been working on some videos and stuff and planning out some bigger videos. I'm working on a smoke guide finally because it's time I do it. I don't think this character is going to change a whole lot in the scheme of the game over time. Um, and we get to talking about some other things in later videos. I am going to talk about like the discourse around the game with it not being at Evo France, even though I kind of think this is stupid to be concerned about this. I don't even know if it was ever, if MK's ever been at Evo France. Not that I remember. Um, but what I want to talk about today is the character I want to play is like an actual true full time secondary, and that's Noob Saibot. So I want to share my thoughts on this character and talk about kind of what I think he's going to end up doing optimally in the long run. So, as you probably seen with Sonic saying, this character absolutely is top tier. He's definitely going to be top 10. He might be top 5. I think Sonic said he was like definitely top 7 minimum. I agree with that. So, what are the things that about it that allow him to do this? So, in my opinion, as of right now, um, except for like some of the characters like to use Motaro, like Garrus, for example. Noob has got some of the best runaway tools in this game. You know, he's got this dive kick. He is the straight shadow kick. Um, he has slide, of course, um, and he has ghost ball, which is slow, obviously, but we're going to talk about this because there are ways you can force people to have to hold this on block, and I think if you can get this on them, a lot of people they're like using sub and going for big fancy combos, and I think that's a waste. So, in my opinion, you're going to want to use cameos that either allow you to force this on block, or you're going to use cameos that allow you to end a combo in Ghost Ball. Because I actually think, at least in the little experience I have so far, I think just making someone play neutral with the threat of this is what's going to be really brutal for people. And I think this lasts a pretty long time. Let's see right here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. So they're stuck with this for 10 full seconds, right? You get, pretty reliable B&B from anywhere on screen, right? Like, let's say you're over here. I'm pretty sure if you're like on the wall, let's see. Yep. Uh, you can combo from all the way out there. So I think personally, it's going to be a big part of this character's game plan. Is in your course of your running away or playing neutral, you're going to want to get this on them so you can just make them terrified to move, right? And this is like kind of the same principle as Bison in Street Fighter 6. If Noob gets the right hit and he sets up the bomb and he gets to do like a mirror dump sequence after with a bomb confirm, you basically can explode. Is the deal. Um, like he is the ball on you, and for some reason you just like walk into it. I mean, if he dumps like all of his bar, it turns into like 50+% right there with any cameo, pretty much. So that's a big thing. I don't think he's like a mix-up character. I mean, he has things to throw you off, like 2-4 and 2-1-4 and 2-1-2, but this really isn't real. People who have good defense are just not gonna get opened up by this stuff, at least in my opinion. Um, so I think more or less, um, what he's gonna capitalize on is, I think, he has one of the best lows and one of the best mids in this game. Forward 1 is kind of nuts, especially for doing like down 1 backdash. Forward 1 is really good. And back 3-3-4 is absolutely nuts. Like, he has like stagger offense that, like, this is so good for catching backdashes. Like, there's so many times when they just want to move, they want to be able to move freely, and you're just able to stop them. Like they have to respect the strength to even get anywhere. So that's something I'm quite a fan of about this character. And yeah, so if you're like curious about this character, I do want to explain like a couple of niche things that you need to know. First of all, if you use any shadow move, it takes about, I would say, 3 or 4 seconds for the shadow to come back. It goes on a cooldown whenever you use it, and in my opinion, this is pretty fair because the shadow moves are kind of broke. Like, instant air EX dive kick is criminal. Like, you can do some absolutely destructive shit just with this. And slide, obviously, like if you're using Movado or Kano, you know, you're getting a full combo from full screen low projectile that forces respect out of them. That's pretty good, in my opinion. There's there's quite a bit here, in my opinion, to like the way this character is able to play. And he does have a very good stagger game. Like, he doesn't have good offense, and he doesn't have mix-ups or anything. But what he does have is a really good stagger game, and his stagger game is kind of just randomly confirmable. Like, you can just, like, let's say you do like 1-2, 1-2. You know, you can see it hit, or you can do like 1-2-1. You know, you can just kind of fuck around, especially if you're trying to actually catch somebody slipping. Like, the most real mix-up he has is while you have the shadow, like 2-1-4 and 2-1 slide are like the best bets. Like, as far as I can tell, anyway. Yeah. So yeah, there's some very cool stuff you can do with this character. I really like him. So I kind of want to talk about too, because there are a lot of people that they are convinced this character is not going to be that good, and I do want to kind of talk about what the logic is behind that. So the reason that people don't think this character is going to be very good is, I'm just going to say it, NRS players are stupid. If it's not like balls to the wall offense all the time, they just think it sucks. But I've even been playing like against Homelander, like you've seen Sonic playing against a lot of Homelander with this character, and he can absolutely go toe to toe with Homelander. It can be really hard for Homelander to even get in on you. I mean, this kind of counters the zoning game. Teleport is like crazy reliable. for getting by, and like with Movado here, you get pretty good damage. Like I'm pretty sure I can even, yeah, I can go into like a full air combat strength, etc. So that's pretty cool. But I do think he's going to be one of the hardest characters to play in this game because he's basically, you have to know your fundamentals. I also think he's not going to exactly be the best anti-air character. Like his stand too, this is his punish jab for some reason. This is a 7-framer. Is kind of weird, and his ability to convert is awkward. So I'm kind of thinking when it comes to anti-airs, you might have to air or do like jump back 2 or neutral jump 2 to 2-4-3. Not that I mind this, mind you, because I mean it's not bad. I mean, yeah, you get pretty good damage. So I do want to talk about cameo choices. So the cameos that I think are going to be downright necessary, because this is what I will say, this will be one of the things about Noob that's kind of hard to contend with, is that his cameo choices are not great as far as diversity goes. And that's because I believe he absolutely needs ambushes that allow him to combo off any stray hit. And I think he needs kinds of ambushes that allow you to layer your offense over putting Ghost Button. So now with Movado here, I don't necessarily think about that, because instead you can do things like this and then you have the Ghost Ball, right? Or you can do, you know, hold on. I'm bugged out the coma right now, but you get the idea. Yeah, I do think this is going to be a huge part of his game plan. Is just having the Ghost Ball on them at any given point. The other thing about this is, well, actually here, I do want to talk about one thing though. And it is that as soon as people start getting like really, really good against this character, I think he does have kind of a problem, and it is that I just think that Embrace Chaos is kind of bad. So I want to go over this. So first of all, Embrace Chaos has a laughable duration. This thing only lasts 5 seconds. 5 or 6 seconds. Should be going off here in a moment now. Okay, maybe, okay, it lasts like 10 seconds, which is pretty standard buff timer in this game. But the problem is, if he doesn't kill you before this runs out, he is so gimped. This character becomes non-functional if you don't kill somebody with this. I would only ever use this in, like, they literally have to guess a strike throw for game or something like that, because he does get a mirrorless launching throw. So, but I do kind of want to show this off too. So, what does he lose if Embrace Chaos doesn't work out, right? If you can't take the game, first of all, you lose all your jab strings except 2-4 and 1-2-3. But you can't do 2-1-2-1. You can't do 2-1. Or you can do 1-2-1-2. You can't do 1-2-1-4. You can't even do 4-4-3. You just get 4-4. You can't do. Well, you keep your full freaking back 13-4 string. You have to deal with mirrorless slides, so you lose that zoning potential. You have to take the risk now on regular dive kick. And your combo damage also just goes down the shitter. I mean, you know, you have to do stuff like that. You don't have your armor move either. So, because it uses the shadow, right? So, if you pop Embrace Chaos and you don't outplay them, I think you're fucked. I think that this character becomes so compromised that he's just not usable at that point, to the point where I would actually argue you should just throw the round away. Because it would be better to save whatever meter you have to, you know, play the next round out. I just think that's the way it's going to go. I mean, his conversions just become like so awful. So, yeah, that's a big thing for me. I am not convinced that's at all worth it ever doing right now. So, what else can I think about? Oh yeah, so let's talk about the cameos that I really like so far. So Mavato's a big one, and he's pretty popular. He has a pretty easy throw combo. Right. And you also, the other thing about this is you get to put Ghost Ball on them out of the throw. So you do something like this, where you could do Portal and then Ghost Ball. Let me see if I can do this, because it's kind of tight. There we go. So, you might think this isn't worth it. This is pretty worth it. Just to get this on them out of the throw. I mean, you're still doing more damage than average throw. And, like I said, most important of all, you get pretty reliable conversions off of everything, you know. Conversions off that. You can do this. And the big thing, too, is Mavato basically gives you efficiency for meter. One of the things about Noob that's definitely problematic is he is definitely not built to play without cameo. He's one of the most cameo-reliant good characters in this game I've ever seen. Because if he doesn't have cameo for combo extensions, he has to always spend meter to get something worth doing. Like, sometimes you can do, like, meterless tackle, but this is like the optimals off this are so hard to nail. Because, like, the big thing you want to do is you want to do frame perfect 2-1-4 out of this. And that's very hard to do. Same thing kind of goes for, like, this. Now, obviously, he gets his, like, classic roundhouse loops in the corner, MP9 style. But if he's mid-screen, like, this move is useless, except for, you know, if you have Mavato. And then this kind of becomes your standard no resource route for one cameo bar. Or, you know, you do something like, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so Mavato is, pretty good in my opinion. Pretty good. But it's mostly about improving your neutral and, you know, making it so you don't have to do awkward things to, how do I want to put this, get anything worthwhile going. So, what's another cameo I want to talk about? Well, let's talk about Kano's good too. So Kano is good for a different reason. So you get a different kind of confirm to begin with. So what you could do is like right, pretty good damage, only one cameo bar, and it's pretty consistent across all the strengths. Like as you can see, like let's see. Yeah, as you can see, it just works. The other thing, of course, is that what this allows you to do is put the bomb on people on block for free. So, like this. So, let's see. I think if you do it simultaneously, it's still plus, but let's see. Let's see, oh, it doesn't even say, really. Because the thing is, Ghost Ball, like, especially if it's up close. Oh, it's safe anyway. So yeah, so you can do things like this. And then you can, you know, and you can also still, if you really wanted to, things like that. Obviously, you're a runaway character, so you have the laser, which is pretty good. You have the Kano ball for like throw damage extension. You can actually do work here. Yeah, you actually get a 14% forward throw, which I know like doesn't seem all that impressive in the grand scheme of things, but it can lead to something. You might be able to get something with the knives, but I think it's going to be hard execution. So let's talk about what else. So now I haven't learned any of the BMBs or setups yet, but you've probably seen Sonic is playing Janet. Janet's also really good. Scorpion is also probably really good. Let's talk about Scorpion too. So Scorpion offers you the same thing I've talked about before, in that. Hold on. For the right hit, you can get Ghost Ball, right? So, and as you can see, so you can do that, and you can get some pretty impressive stuff. It also helps you with clone combos. So, let's see if I can get this to work. I think they'll get pretty high damage with like teleport by just simply doing something like this. Hold on. Yeah, you can get pretty high damage with Scorpion. There is a possibility that you might be able to combo off the throw if you do it properly. But I have yet to figure out how to do it quite. And it could be corner only. But we'll have to see. I'm going to experiment with that. And then, of course, he has, like, the overhead that you can use as a shimmy, which is pretty good. So, yeah, I mean, you can walk up the field, do 2-1-4. I don't know what the follow-up you do exactly is. It's one of the ones I've laughed less so far. So yeah, Scorpion's probably decent, and also of course, you know, you have this going for you. This damage over time effect is actually pretty useful. Let's see. Let's think for a minute. What's another? Oh yeah, well there's Sonya. Sonya Steam's pretty good. I'm not gonna go much into that, but we'll talk about it a little bit. So, first of all, hold on, I'm trying to know what. Okay, yeah, that is it. So, how do I put this? So first of all, of course, she helps. She gets a pretty easy tackle. Confirms. Although I don't know how good they are. Same thing for teleport. Like, you do get conversions off this, but it's hard to say what you would do. But it does work. Probably the most useful thing is that you get conversions, you know, off these types of strings. So there is that. You get some pretty interesting things you can do with this. Like, you can end a combo in leg grab, for example. So, like, let's say I want to do like a standard tackle, EX tackle confirm here. I have to remember the optimal settings here. I think you just do this. Right? So, the thing about this, I actually do want to show this off here. The thing about this, stuff I'm showing here. Okay, I guess you can only do one jump, 2, 3, 4. So we'll just do that. So you can overhead them here with your forward 3. It's a hard to blockable. So it might be better to do it this way, off PX teleport maybe. Let's see. See if you get more juggle room off that. You might. Give me a second here, Nah, I think you might just do this. As you can see. And I think, let me see. I think if you do double O there, it'll be a sweep. Nah, it doesn't work like that. So that's unfortunate, but of course you have the fireball to help you run away. So there's merits to this too. I'm not sure how good it would actually be long term though. See if I can get this to. I haven't tried to convert. All this is stunning you too much because I haven't been playing the game a lot lately because of Metaphor. Well, anyway, so final cameo I want to talk about. I'm not going to bring up Janet because you've already seen that, right? But another cameo that might be good is Striker. So I want to talk about Striker for a minute. So there is a argument that see if I can find this right. I think it'll be hard to execute. Yeah. You might be able to do something like that, or, you know, like, yeah. So you get pretty good one cameo bar damage with this too. Obviously, you have the plus frame situations because you have the low, you have the overhead, and of course you have grenades. So the thing about the grenades, though, is you are definitely only using this on quad punishes, I think. You're not going to be able to confirm to this. You might be able to use it to extend pressure, but of course you can use it for the same purpose I talked about before, which is forcing Ghost Ball on them. So that is another pretty big thing that I think is useful to know. So you can get teleport combos here. Yeah, so trying to get. Yeah, I think you want Fire Grenade here. Okay, you get the idea. You get the idea. So, I'll probably try to post some gameplay of me playing this character. It won't be very good gameplay because I'm literally only just now figuring out how to play him. But I do think he's really fun. I really like the character a lot. Yeah, you can actually get some really intense damage with Striker too, because you can do something like what is that I'm thinking of? Sorry, hold on, guys. Oh no, right. Yeah, you can get like 40% of touch with Striker if you don't mind spending all your cameo. And of course, you know, you can find other ways to extend it. And if you want to spend bar, you can get Ghost Ball on them, of course. So there is some merit to this team, and I do think it could be usable if you wanted to play like more of a slow-paced, really defensive style, like a really lane play style. Anyway, this is a rambly video talking about what I think about Noob. I think he's pretty good, and I personally like. It seems to be a common shared sentiment, but I think this is the best he's ever been as far as design, aesthetic, and everything. And yeah, my only one The only one downside to this character is that if you noticed, almost all the cameos I've talked about, they're good, require you to take a hit in health to 950. I think that's just the price you're going to have to pay if you want to, like, really play him optimally. Unfortunately. I guess it's just going to have to be how it is. So. See if I can get this to work for funsies here. Yeah. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Noob. Let me know what you guys think about him. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I'm gonna start producing videos again though, and because I got a lot of videos I want to make, and yeah, next one is gonna be we're gonna myth bust the people that say Sub-Zero's like bottom one and terrible and like can't play the game, because that's just not true. And I can tell you right now, a lot of people at high level, they don't want to introduce Sub-Zero into the meta because they don't want to deal with him. That's why you don't see him. Trust me. There's like sometimes in the game, there's just like this unspoken agreement that this character would just make the game unfun to watch or unfun to play, and so they just don't play him. It's not that they're bad, but we'll take the propaganda that he is bad in the event that like they're ever desperate enough and they want to use a counter pick option, right? So yeah, that's my next video. We're gonna myth bust about Sub-Zero. But anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. See ya.